This is a parody and does not speak for the individuals involved.
1, 2, 3, let's go!
Well, hello and welcome back to the Honey Hut Cheerio podcast.
Splendid.
How have you been?
I have been all right, as well as you can be in these trying times.
Of course.
Yes.
You were on the program before, but now you're back to make a return.
Yes. I feel as if I almost need to redeem myself because I said some pretty funny things last time about flaying children and etc.
You did talk in depth about flaying children and etc.
Yeah. So I feel as if I need to because I feel like the public enemy number one on the Honey Nut Cheerio podcast. I feel like as if I need to redeem myself because I feel like I've done wrong. So here I am.
Before we can go into the meat of the program, we do have to talk about cereal.
Of course. I knew. I already have the cereal I want to talk about.
You do?
Yes.
What cereal do you have in mind?
So lately, I've been chowing down on the Captain Crunch berry cereal. I love that stuff. It's nostalgic for me. I used to eat it when I was a young little lad. I still eat it today. It has a powerful punch in the flavor industry.
That is great. I enjoy that cereal as well.
Have you been enjoying any cereals that are similar?
I eat a lot of the berry that you mentioned, but I don't know.
Have you tried the peanut butter type?
The peanut. I'm not a big fan of peanut butter cereal.
That's fair.
I'm not a big fan of it.
Yeah, no. Maybe it's just me, but I do love me some peanutty type flavor, especially in my cereal. I wasn't too big a fan of the Reese's Puffs. I was not a big fan of those for some reason, but anything else that's peanut butter related. Yeah, it tasted unnatural, as if there's like a plasticky film over everything. It just felt mass produced, and I didn't like it. You could taste the slave labor. It was really horrible.
Yeah. Starting off strong, 2 minutes 30 in.
Yep, the tears of slave labor in our delicious cereal.
It's unacceptable, honestly.
Yes.
You shouldn't be able to taste it.
What other kind of cereals? I'm not a big fan of the Frosted Flakes. I've never been a rooter for that type.
The Frosted Flakes?
Yeah, I never really liked those. How about you? Are there any cereals that you hate that you'd burn out of existence if given the option?
That I hate. I do not like Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh, that is very fair.
It has
I'm
too
searching.
much cinnamon and not enough crunch, honestly.
Honestly, yeah. I don't know why, but when I was in the 3rd grade, I lied about having a cinnamon allergy. It didn't even get me anywhere. I just lied about having an allergy to something that you don't really have an allergy to. I don't even know why I did it. But anyway.
That's such an odd thing to lie about.
I used to lie about a lot of funny stuff as a kid. I can't remember if I talked about this last time I was here, but did I tell the story about how I lied about my father having tuberculosis? I think I did.
No, you did not.
Oh, I haven't. Well,
No. I do not believe so.
Well, you want the long version or the short version?
Let's go long version.
All right, we got time. We got time to kill. What else can we do? So, I think it was about 1st, maybe 2nd grade. I had come back from living in some other state. I think it was Kentucky, and I was at this brand new Colorado school, and it was all fun. So, maybe that has something to do with it. I was trying to lie to be cool, but for some reason I lied about a really niche thing to be cool about. Yeah, my dad costs a lot. But, yeah, our teacher, she had this teaching method where she would have 5 or 6 students at a time sit at this long table, and she would help all of us work. Yes, okay, it worked. Finally, 3rd time's the charm.
Hi.
Whoa, that was an abrupt ending.
Yeah, apparently we had technical difficulties. Welcome back.
Or welcome.
When we left off, you were talking about how your old teacher had a long table for helping students.
Okay, so that's where it left off. Okay.
Yes.
So yeah. She had the long table and she'd have a few students sit there. And so while sitting at this table with among my peers, my teacher, she was helping us with our project, and something in me decided to be like, I want to lie. I want to tell a lie. I wanted to see this teacher for no better reason for my own games. So I was like, my dad has tuberculosis. Just kind of brought it up out of nowhere. I can't remember if I either brought it up out of nowhere or like it led into that. But long story short, I ended up telling my teacher that my dad had tuberculosis, and that frankly upset and scared my teacher. And later in the day, I got pulled out of like lunch because teachers walked into the lunchroom. I was sitting at the lunch table with all my friends. We were dicking around, like just telling jokes, being sixth graders. Wait, no, not sixth graders. I was way younger. Shit. However old I was with my friends. Then the teachers come in and like, Cooper, could you please come here? I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna die or something. They're gonna put me in a blank room and execute me in there and have someone clean it up. So I approached the teachers. They take me out to the hallway and they're like, that lie you told us. And I was like, oh shit, they figured it out. So they're like, that lie you told us could have gotten you in a lot of trouble. I'm like, I think it already is getting me a lot of trouble, but continue, adult. And they proceed to tell me how they called my aunt, who at the time she like worked in the school system, and they called her and she was like, that's outrageous. My brother-in-law does not have tuberculosis. What the hell? And so I got in trouble for that because they were going to evacuate the school, but they didn't, so I don't see why I got in trouble. Frankly, I was just being harassed.
Why would they like shut down the school if your dad has tuberculosis?
Because, I forgot to mention, while my teacher was inquiring me about more facts about my dad's tuberculosis, she asked me, he's like, oh, is he quarantined? I was like, yeah. Because at the time, I didn't know what quarantine is. Ironic now, this whole situation given. But,
yeah.
At the time, I didn't know what quarantine meant, so I was just like, yeah, sure. He is, totally. So they were afraid that I had tuberculosis, and then I was ineptly going to spread it to all the other students. So that's why I got in trouble. So, and then
every student gets tuberculosis.
Yep, every student I had interacted with that day, and every teacher I have talked to, they have tuberculosis now, in theory. But luckily, that wasn't the case, and there was no outbreak of tuberculosis because one stupid, shitty child.
So, was the teacher like telling you facts about tuberculosis?
No, the only thing I heard about tuberculosis was, remember Victorious, that Nickelodeon show?
Yes.
Well, that's where I had heard of the disease tuberculosis, because the main character's sister, she was doing some kind of role for drama class where she had to be a character that had tuberculosis, so she went to the doctors and like was just hanging out with this guy who had tuberculosis, and by the end of that episode, she had tuberculosis. But they were like, "You're acting so amazing. That's exactly what it sounds like." And she's like, "No, but I really have tuberculosis." And they're like, "Splendid." But yeah, that's where I heard tuberculosis, and the way they talked about it made it seem so lighthearted and not dangerous whatsoever. So that's why I was like, I'll lie about it. Yeah. And it's either you deal with the fuzz or you deal with you having to put your little gross, disgusting ears up to your microphones and listening. Well, the show goes on.
They have the phone next to the ear. They have the phone next to the ear. Everybody thinks they're on a phone call.
Yeah.
When they're really listening to a podcast.
I think I could have damaged my my speaker because I've been using it to record. Because, oh yeah, fun shout out. I make music. I'll get into that later. But the way I record is I have this headset, which I'm using now, and I use the mic to record it, which is a really terrible way to record music, but it's the only way I do. And I think playing loud music has damaged it. And I really hope that's not the case, because I don't have enough money to buy a new headset.
Oh no.
Oh no, indeed. I will cry now. Oh shit. What's a man to do?
What happened at the end of your tuberculosis story?
Well,
what did your dad say?
My dad never even heard of it. I think, I got in trouble, and my form of punishment was a haircut, because at the time, I really hated getting my hair cut. Like, it brought me to tears to go get my hair cut just because I didn't like going to. I like having my hair long, and I still do, so... Yeah, I got my hair... Because they're going to ground me for, like, a month or so. I was like, hell no. So I opted to get my hair cut instead. And I was like, I still really hated it, but a lot better than the latter. Or the... I don't know the other one. Spectacular Storytelling 101.
I enjoy your stories.
Yeah, but I hope the fuzzy quality really helps with it too. Makes you more immersed.
You can't really hear the fuzz except for like every few minutes. Those like a bit.
Yeah, I almost kind of
It's
heard
not
it
the
too in the
first
feedback,
thing.
but oh well, life's not perfect.
Yeah. So, did your dad ever find out about the story, or was it just never brought up?
I don't think he ever. I think he heard of it and he was like, "Haha, that's funny." It's but okay. And that's how it really went down with him. Because my dad, he's a bad parent. He doesn't care what goes down. Sorry to out you like that, Dad, but you know, let's out my dad again. My dad wanted Jesus, I have a tendency to mumble. My father wanted to name me Adolf. That's another fun true fact about my true life.
Why?
Because my last name, it's a German, and my dad's very proud of the German heritage we have in our family. So, and also he was drunk, so that also plays a factor. Because Adolf, it's like, I think it means like strong wolf, or it's basically like a big mean name. His intentions were good, but I don't think Adolf was the right name. I'm glad my mom didn't name me Adolf and saved me years of bullying and torture.
What's your last name?
Schmidt.
It'd be Adolf Schmidt.
Yeah.
Okay.
It has a nice ring to it, don't you say? If my name
It sounds like
it
sounds like someone who do a slur on national television.
If my name was Adolf, I'd probably shorten it down to A Dizzle or something like that.
That's longing it.
A Dizzle. Well, it's better than Adolf, don't you agree?
Yeah.
Would you rather meet a nice fella named A Dizzle or a strange guy named Adolf?
I wouldn't know until I know.
That is true. I did have a sheet of paper somewhere that had a bunch of different topics. By that, I mean it only had like a few. I'm going to try to think of some that I can remember. I remember I wrote something down about dinosaurs because I think dinosaurs are bitchin'.
Dinosaurs are great.
Yeah, I really wish that I could like go back in time and see what dinosaurs actually looked like instead of all of this false representation in our media and the society.
Yeah, actual dinosaurs, not scaly. Most of them had feathers on them.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, because usually, because I remember seeing Jurassic Park as a young one and being like, "Ooh, scales," but then in reality, they probably had feathers, and it's like, oh, that ruins everything. But it's more cool. I don't know. I kind of like the idea better of dinosaurs having feathers rather than just scales because it gives them more texture, makes them cool.
Yeah.
I'd give an arm and a leg and half a rib to see a sea creature from like the Jurassic period or something like that.
Half a rib? You have the most ribs.
Yeah, no, but I mean like, it's whatever you can bargain for, really.
You'll give one entire arm, one entire leg, but you won't spare one of your 30 ribs.
You know what? I'll do that thing Marilyn Manson did. I'll give up a few of my ribs for better causes.
The bottom. Yeah.
Yeah. He allegedly did it, but we all know Marilyn Manson. We all know his true nefarious deeds behind locked doors. In reality, I like how most people see Marilyn Manson as just this big, scary, satanic brood, when in reality, he's just some fella named Brian.
He would be so nice to hang out with. I don't think he's actually.
Yeah, no,
like, the
honestly.
guy
Sure, he sings about scary stuff, but hey, he seems like a friendly guy.
Yeah.
Have you seen do you listen to a lot of Marilyn Manson, or have you seen any of the music videos he's produced? Or has...
I've seen a few. I'm not, like, a big fan.
That's respectable.
This is not my taste.
Have you seen The Beautiful People, where it's like, he's up. Well, it's not him, but it's like it's a shot of these two women who are like on these stilts, and they like rise up and they like just start walking all janky. I'm a really big fan of his music videos. I like how disturbing they are.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's
a
just
lot of like planning and like thought goes into his music.
Yeah.
And videos.
And the microphone he had, it was like, I don't know, I can't remember off the top of my head what it was, but it was like some kind of like weird like metal garb wrapped around the microphone. I think it was like an old timey microphone that he had like on a stand or whatever. And then he also had like one of those. I'm not sure if you've ever had braces, but when you get braces, they put these big things in your mouth that keep your mouth open so they can put the braces on. And he had one of those in, and I thought that was pretty nifty.
Talking about music, you make music.
Oh yes, I've wanted to, and then I started. Yes.
So how's the process gone down for you?
Well, I've had a SoundCloud account for a while, and I've used it as personal, just for mostly for my personal stuff. Well, all of it's been for my personal stuff most of the time, listening to music and whatever. But then because I've always wanted to, make music and stuff, so I figured out how to do that, and then I started uploading. And so far, I only have a few shitty songs. Most of it's, well, not most of it, all of it is made on GarageBand. But I put effort into it, so I hope it sounds at least all right.
Is music like something you want to do when you get older, and like you want to be in a band?
Oh yeah, no, definitely. After this whole quarantine thing, the band name is Smithless, and the band already exists. It's just we have not been able to get together and actually practice or do anything, because by the time we got all of our band members, all situated, and we're like, okay, we have everyone we need, then quarantine hit, and then we've been not able to do anything. So right now it's just me making music, but in the future we're gonna get all of our fun stuff and get the whole band together, and we'll make jolly good tunes for everyone to hear.
All using GarageBand.
Well, maybe not GarageBand for in the future, because I do know our drummer Corey has recording software. You know Corey. He's the drummer of my band. Did you know?
I know Corey. I did not know he was the drummer of your band.
Yes. We have our guitarist, which is me, our singer, which is Sarah. You also know Sarah. She's also in the band. Holy shit. The story goes
He's
deep.
also in the band?
Yeah, she's our lead singer. Bro, oh shit, dude. It's so cool. And then Xavier, again, is also in the band. Everyone you know is in the band, which is great.
Everyone I know these people.
Depending who's listening, you also might know these people if you know who I am and know who my friends are. But if you don't, then these are just names with no faces. So what I want you to do is I want you to rewind and listen to all the names I said and just type those names up into Google search, and whenever you hear me say their name, you just picture the Google result guy as a band member. So when I say Corey, just look up Corey on Google Images, and that's who Corey will be for you.
The second image, never the fourth.
Yeah, no, the first image. Actually, I'm not gonna. Never mind. I'm not gonna say it, because then people will have a lot of information to my 6th grade life. I was gonna say that. Never mind. About to dig my own grave here.
Yeah.
But
careful. I don't like editing, and I probably will not. So
yeah,
if you want me to edit
I'll
something
save
out,
the work.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, anyone's welcome to listen. Just kidding. No one's is allowed to listen. It's private only. God, my jokes are funny. Can't you tell?
Yeah, quite the hoot and a half.
Yeah. So I don't know when I'll plug my SoundCloud link for my famous SoundCloud rapper stuff, but
I'll let you plug things at the end.
All right, sounds good.
How much songs do you have on SoundCloud?
I don't know. Right now I have a playlist. I think there's about like 6 or 7 songs. There's a good mix between me just making some beats and then doing funny piano stuff, and then there's so yeah, it's split down the middle between funny piano shenanigans and me trying to make music that I can make by myself.
Do you have any vocals, or is it all just
instruments? Right now it's all just instruments, because I have no faith in myself to sing, so I'll just wait for our singer to do the vocal funny stuffs. But the vocal funnies, of course. I also hope to integrate more
Well-
funny noises too. In one of my tracks, Tomar's Old Bones, shout out to that track. There's a funny sound effect where I just go and it just plays every now and again. And I went into my bathroom and recorded it.
cool.
And that's my favorite track so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Adding random sound effects improves any song.
Oh yeah, no. I think my next track that I want to make, I just want to like just go wow 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 in the background. I was working on a song where that was the case in the background. I was just like ha ha ha, just making noises in the background, then just playing stupid bass synth over it. And actually, one of my songs is kind of like that. It's called "Diane is Dead" because I was talking about a fictional character named Diane in the background, and then that's just how the title came to be.
Is that one on SoundCloud already?
Yes, all of the songs I've mentioned so far are on SoundCloud.
I heard Diane is dead because I was curious and I had no clue what a Diane was and how she died.
Usually in my recording, the way I record is I record because I can't really record everything at once. I wish I could. That'd be a lot more useful with my time. But so yeah, I record like different things at different times, and I just recorded the me just talking. I was pretending I was a character who was the brother of Diane talking to like a sheriff. Like, I don't know where Diane is. None of it makes sense. If you actually somehow take the time to rewind it and listen to everything I say, it's not very consistent because I'm like, I don't know where she is, but by the end I'm like, oh, she's dead. But yeah, then I just recorded that stupid shit, and then I did funny bass synth over it, which was great. And let me tell you, it's not the easiest thing to try to record on GarageBand.
That's a place to like goof around. You don't want to make actual music on GarageBand.
Yeah, I started the only reason I found out about GarageBand is because Haley, you know who Haley is. Haley's one of my good pals. She had an iPhone,
We know
and
Haley.
then I just started playing on her phone a lot during the mornings before school. And then I started getting more familiar with it, and then eventually I bought an iPhone specifically for GarageBand because I loved it so much. And now it's the main way I do music.
Oh. Every morning, I would go over and sit with Haley, and then she would have to give her phone to you and Sarah so you guys could play
Yeah,
on
because
GarageBand.
like we would just make funny little sounds, and then we'd pass the phone back and forth to make each other laugh. Out of all the people I could have had for a bandmate, I'm really glad it's Sarah because we share the same kind of like stupid hoe energy.
Yeah.
It's like we share the same brain cell that bounces back and forth like the Windows screensaver, but it's like we share it and it's in both of our minds at the same time.
Yeah.
But, you know.
It's city. You get it some days. She gets it.
Yeah, it's like a divorced parent sharing their poor child. She gets it on Saturdays and Sundays, and I get it for the rest of the week.
That's always the best for the child.
And then I trash talk Sarah to GarageBand's. I talk to GarageBand. I'm like, that no good piece of shit, Sarah. And then the GarageBand starts crying, and I'm like, I just walk away.
Right now, it's starting to hit different.
Yeah, dude. When you vocally abuse GarageBand's mother. To the creators of GarageBand, thanks, guys. Couldn't have done it without you.
This is a good bit.
Yes. It's like, this is the part of the podcast where I look around at things in my room to talk about. I'm like, vase, wallet, estranged corpse. Yeah,
Okay, so how are you doing during this quarantine? How are you holding up at home?
All right. It's been difficult on the old noggin, but I've been doing my part to kind of. I've been getting outside more, which is probably the thing you don't want to do. But I'm not going out to places and interacting with people. I'm just skateboarding a lot because that's the only thing I really can do.
Yeah. You can skateboard inside.
Yeah, it's very reckless and very hard to, but it also makes your downstairs neighbors really angry. But That's if you live in an apartment complex. I really do think my downstairs neighbors hate me because I have this way that I pop my upper back is where I basically just slam my back on the floor. It's probably not the best way to handle your posture.
Oh,
Yeah, it's basically where you like lay on the floor and you kind of like separate your shoulder blades and kind of like you like hug yourself and pull your shoulder blades apart and then you slam your back on the ground and it pops your upper back. Works every time, kind of.
that's dangerous.
It probably is. I'm probably gonna be paralyzed from like the chest down from doing that. But hey, it's my own wheelchair, I guess. If I ever get a wheelchair, I wanna get like I'm stealing this idea from my friend Taylor, but whenever I get a wheelchair, I'm gonna get like what's it? Oh yeah, a bedazzling tool and put Hot Wheels on the back. So everyone knows my official title.
I enjoyed that you said when I get one and not if.
My friend Taylor, she's gonna get a wheelchair eventually, unfortunately, because of her knees, her poor little knees, man. But she's quite the good spirit about it, and that's what I like about Taylor's because she's not the Taylor in our class, but a different Taylor.
I figured.
Yeah, she's a good sport, and she jokes around all the time about it, and that's what I like. You know, if you have a problem, make fun at it. It's like, oh no, my lungs are bleeding, haha, and then you cough up a bunch of blood. That's how the situation goes, you know? You just gotta laugh at stuff.
Oh no, I have to.
I'm like the Joker. I just laugh at all of my problems. I kill people. And I'm like, ha ha.
And then go on to Saturday Night Live, executing Jimmy Fallon in front of everyone.
Yikes.
No, that's not yikes. It's a service well needed.
Someone's gotta do it.
If anyone's gonna do it, it's probably me. I fucking hate that guy. It's like you.
Jimmy Fallon.
It's like
he's gonna do his annoying laugh.
It's like there's a court case and it's like, sir, did you have any? It's like, Jonathan. Yes, I'm Jonathan. Did Mr. Arthur here have any intentions to harm Jimmy Fallon? Well, he was quoted saying, "I'm gonna fucking kill that guy," but. Lawyer, I really don't think that's anything to do with this case. I don't know why you're bringing it up.
It's not premeditated. Yeah. He's been talking about it for years.
Was this premeditated? No. I don't even know why he did it. I mean, it has been on account that he has talked about murdering Jimmy Fallon at least several times throughout the year. Well, Jimmy Fallon's a dick, so I mean,
Jonathan, he doesn't even know who Jimmy Fallon is.
Who the hell's Jimmy? Jimmy Fallon? Who the hell? I don't know who that is. What am I doing here? I don't understand. Who are you? What's that? Is that a gavel? What the hell's that?
What's with your tiny hammer?
What's up with that tiny fucking hammer? You gonna bang it? You gonna make people quiet? Hey, big guy. Imagine being like you're like sitting in that little box there. And you're accused for like murder of like 12 families, and you're like, "Hey, big guy, what's up with the fucking little hammer?" Well, who the hell do you think you are? Fucking smash your little hammer like I smashed in the heads of those orphans and the families. Well, the orphans and the lack of families. Get the fuck out of here, big guy. Get the hell out of here. It's like, sir, Jesus, arrest this man. We already did. Arrest him again.
Arrest him again. I didn't work the first time. Arrest him again.
Maybe a third time will help. Third time's the charm. Just like this podcast, because Siri had other intentions. Because I was just talking about my funny little story there, and then Siri cut me off. My little Irish Siri was like, "Top of the morning." I was like, "Fuck off, Siri! I'm trying to tell my funny stories." So yeah, that's how my night went. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why we had technical difficulties earlier.
My hardware is short circuiting. I forgot I'm not allowed to take baths, but then I took a bath, and it all went downhill from there. I forgot to soak my circuitry and put them in the plastic bags, and oh shit, man, it's all going downhill. I forgot the letter Q. I mean, shit, what? What letter? What were we talking about? I love this bit I keep doing where it's some New Yorker who keeps forgetting things. First, it's the guy who forgot who Jimmy Fallon is at the case where Jimmy Fallon got murdered. And then it's the robot who forgot the letter Q.
He knows Q exists. He just doesn't remember what it is.
It's like, hey, Jim. I've been hearing a lot of hearsay about this fucking Q. What the hell is it? I want on it. I want in on it.
Who is that
What
guy?
is this Q? And then Jimmy just discreetly slides him a photo of Q from Impractical Jokers. He's like, is this what you talking about, boss? Just, I love this reality. I wish we could live there.
Jimmy Fallon just has photos of Q from Impractical Jokers on him at all times.
Yeah,
just
in case there
he needs
happens to be a mob boss who happens to forget what Q is, but it's a whole different situation, but he's just prepared.
Jimmy Fallon is interviewing a mob boss with no protection, just trying to teach him the alphabet. They got him to Q, he just doesn't know it yet. Waiting to finish the alphabet.
To get up to Q, and then he just like starts looking away all anxiously, like snapping his fingers, tapping. So he's like, "I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I don't know where we are." He starts breaking down just from his lack of knowledge of the letter Q.
A lowercase Q? You gotta be kidding me. That's a P.
What, are you fucking kidding me? That's just a backwards P. You can't be serious.
What
you can't
is
be
this?
hitting me with this tomfoolery, boss. I just can't handle this. Who the fucks who did this to us? I don't know. They invented this language. They did it horribly. How many twos are there? 2. Oh.
A P? That's just a funny
But
B.
it also could be a Q. You don't know.
What the hell is a Q?
I hope this bit goes on for the next, 5 hours. I'd love that.
At least we have a bit, and it's not trash can walls trying to think of a topic. Just bad New York who doesn't know the alphabet.
He grew up in the times when the schools weren't built, but when New York was still a thing. And that really weird, fuzzy piece of part of history where New York was a thing, but school wasn't. It was that one part before the Industrial Revolution. It was like, aw man, have our kids spend another day in the factories. Then before Uncle Sam was like, I got something else for you instead. Send them to school. And like, aw, thanks, man. And that's how it happened.
Just like the history book said.
Just like Mr. Tipton taught us.
Mr. Tipton taught us right.
Got fired. He taught us wrong. Okay, I have a question for you to kind of divert our subject from mob bosses who cannot understand the English alphabet. If you can live in any horror movie, like if you had to be in any horror movie, which one would you be in? Like if you found yourself in this situation, like it's like basically you're living in the horror movie as it's happening, like as it's like been recorded.
How are these rules? Because I could be in Friday the 13th and just not go to Crystal Lake and not know that those mortals happen.
That is true.
But it's like
in this universe, like the laws of this universe basically, I forgot what I was gonna say. What I was trying to say was, I was basically saying like the forces of this universe basically force you, no matter what you're doing in your life, you end up in the situation that the horror movie takes place in. Like if you're like living in like Mumbai and this takes place in Chucky and you're like little Aki, you just end up finding yourself in this situation in Chucky.
I was drinking water. You couldn't do that.
It's like you trip on a rock and then you have to go to the doctors. It's like, oh no, fuck! All the doctors are in wherever Chucky takes. Oh no, all the good doctors are in Chicago. I'm like, fuck, we gotta take him to Chicago. And then he gets the care he needs, but then he ends up getting adopted.
So eventually, I would get to the situation.
Yeah. So no matter where you are, you could be here, you could be there. You're going to end up being in the place of where the horror movie takes place.
I think the most entertaining one would be a cabin in the woods.
That'd be a fun one. Well, maybe not too fun.
Because in the basement, there's all of these different artifacts that trigger a different whole.
Oh yeah,
movie.
it's like if they pick up this
So-
like if they pick up the pitchfork, then the redneck zombies come get them.
If they pick up the conch shell, mermaids.
Sirens. They just start singing and then lure you to your swampy death.
I want to know what item causes the unicorn, because there's a unicorn in that movie. What
They
item
find a
would
pride
cause the
flag and
unicorn?
then it goes all downhill from there.
It all started in the gaze attack.
It all started. First they wanted rights, and then they took it too far.
They just went on
Yeah.
walks, and then it.
Yeah, escalated so
Escalated.
quickly they just engineered unicorns into existence. That's when we were fucked, man.
They're just horses with knives taped. To
I
their
could do that
foreheads.
myself. I don't even need engineering for that. I just need enough will and a knife and some duct tape. Yeah, I need
And
a
a
horse,
horse.
knife, duct tape, and enough liquor in my sister. Yep, I need enough liquor in my sister to get the job done, Buster. I need my sister to
I
at
need to
least drink
my
half a
sister
bottle of
up
liquor
with so
before
much
I can
liquor,
find the
I
courage
get
to
drunk.
fucking make a unicorn. There needs to be enough liquor in my sister before I will perform any task. Fucking hell. For me, I guess I'd have to be in a. Have you seen the horror movie Society? Or heard of it?
I have not heard of it. Explain it to
Basically,
me.
the main character, he's a boy, and he plays with his toys. Okay, that's not how it goes. But the main character, I can't remember any of their names, but there's a boy, and he lives in this really rich family, except he feels quite estranged from them, like he doesn't belong, and his parents are quite cold to him. And he thinks that there's something bigger going on. And essentially, not to spoil, if you plan on watching this movie after I piqued your interest with it, here are some spoilers. Eventually, at the end of the horror movie, he figures out that everyone in this town is in on this like elaborate, like weird. It's a basic. The lightest way I could put it is a flesh orgy. They're all in on this big flesh orgy, and it's like they're all like this like weird hive mind. Not hive mind, but they're all like these like subspecies of people that are just like all gross, and they all like merge together. But the only reason I would like to be in this horror movie is because there's this one character, and I can't remember if he's in this horror movie or a different one, but he's I can't remember his name. Fuck, I forgot his name. But basically, he's a mime who has a amp for like he has like an amp for like a backpack, and he carries around an electric guitar, and he plays the electric guitar, and everyone hates him, and I fucking love that guy. I'd only be in that horror movie for him.
He's a mime. He's a mime that
Yeah,
communicates.
no,
via
he's like he has
guitar.
full mime makeup and everything. He's like rock and roll forever, and it's like he starts fucking shredding on the guitar, and then everyone keeps chasing him. I think his name's Mistake or something like that. It's like Mistake, fucking I got it out of here. I can't remember if he meets.
A lot of
I can't remember if he meets his
What?
fate or not in the movie, but definitely it'd be a benefit to have a guitar playing mime who just walks around, just shreds.
That's what every
Yeah,
horror
they
movie
just need
is
that
missing.
one character. They all need a mistake in their movie. Can we phrase that? Everyone needs a mistake in their movie, referring to the guitar playing mime. Or a character who has the same vibes.
I think-
Just a comic relief character. Just
Yeah.
fucking a mime who plays the electric guitar. But honestly, I would kill for
A
that
lot of
setup,
horror
honestly, just to
movies-
get like my amp like taped to my back. Or have it like in a backpack or something like that.
Not that.
Just walk around with my electric guitar all the time, just shredding. Senior year, I should do that. Just make that and just walk around all day. Go to all my classes. Just,
Yeah.
especially in
Teachers don't care.
yeah.
when you're
Last day
here.
for my senior year, I'll come in all. For my last day, I was originally planning on coming in a monkey mask and just, I don't know, being a fucking monkey.
And
Oh,
then
yeah?
there was no
Well,
last day.
I'm a year behind you, so I still have my chance for my last day for senior year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for Monkey
I'll
Mouse.
send you pictures.
I miss that would be amazing.
I'm quite happy. As much as it kind of was sucky to kind of get the rest of the year taken away, I was kind of happy because there was this one class I was not happy with, and I didn't have to go there anymore. That really made me happy. It brought joy to my little heart.
What was it?
It was
What was
welding.
that class?
I just didn't like the people in there.
The
Yeah,
all rednecks
I wasn't
in
gonna
me.
I wasn't gonna specifically bring up that they're rednecks, but yeah, I don't like the rednecks in that class. They all say very horrible things.
I had wood
Oh,
like I
yeah,
had
so I
wood
can
shop
see.
for 2 years.
All of the like
And-
shop classes harbor all of the most
I-
terrible people. It feels like.
And they only have those classes. I have like math and like science and all that. Never see them, but I walk anywhere close to a shop class and I'm surrounded by people wearing
Specifically-
hats. They all wear those
Yeah.
like the caps.
Yeah, like the
You know, they
yeah.
have fish hooks on them.
I've befriended some of the redneck heads at our school. Some of them are cool, but I feel like the rest of them kind of just suck all the time.
A lot of them hate me because I said I was better than them and they should get out of my way. And then they
They
threaten
knew
to
it was
beat
true.
me up.
Rednecks can't handle that they feel
Yeah.
inferior. They're like, and they start breathing all heavy, and their fucking gross chests rise up and down, and they get all inferior. Start threatening you. I was walking down the hall with Sarah actually,
Yeah.
and one of the rednecks was like, he like called me over, and for some reason rednecks only address each other by their last names. So he's like, Schmidt. I was like, yeah, what's
Yes.
up? And he's like, is that your girlfriend over there? I'm like, no, not my girlfriend. And then he starts saying some stupid shit. He's like, he started talking about prom or anything. He's like, would you take me out for prom? And I was like, nope, not my type. Just joking around. He's like, why do you hate queers? And just because I know who he is and how he hates queers, I was like, yeah, dude, fucking burn him. Mind you, I myself am gay, so I kind of have the privilege to say I kind of have the immunity to say burn queers. So yeah, I'm like fucking roast him, spit roast him over a fire.
It's like the inward path, but different.
So yeah, I start saying that, and he's like, "Oh, I like you even more now." I'm like, "Oh, that's terrible."
Yeah. It's like the inward pass. You can
Yeah.
say to born gays.
It's like if you're born with no legs, you can say stumpy, I guess. or I mean, I don't know.
Why would you want to?
It's like, yeah, I'm a stumpy. You just walk around on thy stumps. It's like someone's go. I mean, if you were somebody who had stumps for legs, I feel like you'd want to be able to only call yourself something. It's like only I can call myself Stumpy's McGee, Stumpy McFucking No Legs. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I can call myself Stumpy McFucking No Legs, but
Let's
you
see.
can't.
Only me and my friends can. I don't even know you.
Only me and my stump pals. What would you call a group of people who have stumps for legs?
Going through his leg.
A herd?
I don't know what to call someone with no
It's
legs.
like a gaggle.
There's not really like a
gaggle of
for
stumps.
no-legged people.
Yeah, me and my
Gaggle.
gaggle of stumps over here. Only we can say fucking stumps McFucking No Legs. Dude, I'm about to get canceled on Twitter.
Of course. You have a good few
Dude,
weeks.
I think I only have
two
a few
people's been
good
canceled
hours left
already
at
this week.
most.
2 people's been canceled this
Were they on the
month. You're
podcast
fine.
specifically? And was it because of the podcast that they got canceled?
No, just 2 people's been two famous people's been
was
canceled
it
on Twitter. That's
Miranda
the
Sings
maximum
and
for
someone
them.
else?
God,
what did he do? What did
also
he do?
Frank
He's already
as
done the most
his
horrendous
own-
shit on YouTube, fucking for everyone to see. And now,
Nobody knew.
are
he
you
was supposed to
fucking
be
kidding
Frank.
me?
a
They
lot
look
of the
alike.
community and like mostly K-pop stands
That's
didn't
fucking
know he was
hilarious.
Filthy Frank. So people found out that he's Filthy Frank, and
Oh
then
my
they
God.
lost it on Twitter, and he
Dude.
almost got canceled, but it didn't happen because
Dude, he literally has a
everybody
rap
should have
song
known.
about like fucking dude. I used to remember all of the lyrics to his rap songs. Dude, Filthy Frank was such actually a big part of my like childhood almost. Not childhood, but like I watched a lot of Filthy Frank in middle school, and I really feel like that's what fucked me up. But well, my humor's kind of gotten more mature, I suppose, because in middle school I used to joke about really fucked up shit, like the most fucked up shit. Like me and my friends at lunch, we'd make 9/11 jokes and die laughing. I specifically remember we were doing this bit. Sorry if anyone's family member died in 9/11, but yeah,
It's
get
been
over
20
it.
years,
Mama's
get
not
over
coming
it.
back. Fucking she didn't love you anyway. So yeah, we'd be at lunch and we would like be like, what was the last song playing on the flight before 9/11 was Timber by Kesha, and then we would all just start fucking laughing. I remember I said that one, and then like I was trying to eat my sandwich, but also telling that joke, and I was laughing so hard that, like I slumped over on the table, and my friends had to like pat me on the back to make sure I wasn't like choking to death. Shit, but yeah, no.
Yeah.
I remember specifically playing Minecraft with my friends and listening to the Pink Season album when it first came out, and we listened to like Dora the Explorer. Have you listened to that one? I can't
I have
remember the
not heard of
words
it.
specifically, but if I remember correctly, it's Dora the Explorer. Dora the Explorer, bitch looks good for a 4-year-old. I think that's how the main course goes. But yeah, I like that one. Just because I don't know, I just really like outrageous shit like that makes people upset. I don't actively go out of my way to make people upset like that, but when people go out of their way to make people upset, I listen and enjoy.
Yeah. It's one of those things you can like enjoy
have you
seeing.
have you ever seen the videos online of like people rating Zoom classes and just calling the teachers filthy cunts and other kind of stuff?
That makes me like feel uncomfortable because like I feel like the like anxiety and stuff from that because I could never just join a Zoom call.
Specifically, I've been watching this guy on
So
YouTube.
people
He's
do it.
called Too Mad, and love the guy. And
Yeah.
he does that quite often. Goes and joins Zoom classes and just says stupid shit and then gets kicked off and then repeats the whole process. At first, it like shocked me because that was like the first time I've ever seen someone do that, and it made me giggle horrendously. And then the more I watched it,
I've actually like
there's also
3
this one where it was
times.
like this British guy and he joined a class and he successfully like got to stay in there for a while, and he asked a question. He's like from London. He's like oh, excuse me. And then the teacher's like, excuse me. She's like, yes. Like, mocking his accent. And he goes, could you not take the mick out of my accent, you smelly bitch? And I don't know why, but that shit just makes me fucking giggle horrendously. I say that phrase quite too often. Giggle horrendously. But yeah, no.
I mean, if that's what you
specifically,
do,
like,
that's
horrendously
what you do.
giggle. But yeah, no. Then it's just, stuff like that just makes me, stupid stuff makes me laugh.
What is it, Zipple?
I'm drinking water.
What are you
staying
doing?
hydrated.
I
brought 2 bottles.
I need to go get more.
I realized my mistake last time. I didn't bring enough water. Yeah, I had cotton mouth. I suffer from cotton mouth quite often. Believe it or not, it's where your mouth gets dry. Hence the name cotton mouth, and your tongue gets it gets all clammy and slimy, and it makes you go. It's terrible. So I try to stay hydrated, but most of the time it doesn't help. So I'm just fucked. Oh yeah, and everything. I got your answer for the horror movie scenario. About if you could be in any horror movie, which one would you be in? Yeah, I don't think I did. I think I kind of just bulldozed over you.
I told you, and
did
we
you
had
say
a conversation about it.
13th? Oh yeah.
I
I'm
said a
such fucking
cabin in
idiot.
the woods.
I forget stuff easily. I'm like, oh, what'd you
It's fine.
say?
We'll
Yeah.
bounce from one topic to another quickly.
All right, let's talk about
forget
death now.
things
I feel like
last
we've
way.
gotten to that part of the podcast.
It's about 50 minutes
All
in.
right.
We can
Maybe
talk about
not,
whatever we
so,
want now.
Like in your
Let's talk about.
well, okay, maybe not about death.
Keep them in
'Cause
the
I don't
I'm
know.
gonna go get my
Because
water.
for me lately, I've been like thinking a lot about death. I don't know why. Not like in like a weird cryptic way where I feel like I'm gonna go kill a bunch of people, but I don't know, just the concept of like mortality and death itself. I don't know. Because maybe it's just because I've been watching a lot of weird documentaries about death and shit. Because I have nothing else to do. But it got me thinking, what's the worst way to die specifically? Like, in your opinion, what's the worst way to die? Yeah.
The worst way to die? Excluding like all like the saw trap deaths, I think like drowning or like being
Both
burned
very
alive.
terrifying, yes. My I think the worst way to die, it has something to do with drowning, but it's not specifically drowning, but I don't know why. I was taking a I think it was I was taking a bath, and like I was basically I put my entire head underwater, and for some reason I had the idea like the thought came to mind about like being stuck like in an underwater cave drowning to death, and I was like, oh, that's a horrible fucked up thought to having while washing my hair.
I went swimming in like a pool once, as most children do. But you know, like the laterals that get like in and out of a pool. I swam under the ladder and got stuck under a ladder, drowning once. And no one was outside. I was swimming by myself, and I just couldn't get out for like a good 5 minutes. Because there was like a tiny.
Dude.
I did not die. No.
Bro, did you survive?
Die, but people heard me screaming from inside. That's and horrible. Came and rescued me.
I think the only time that I think I've came close to drowning was when my sister's friend held me underwater at a pool for no good reason. Like I think he was trying to be funny and like hold me underwater because I think I was doing the same thing to him. Like he like put his head into the water and like I'd push it down, being like a shitty little kid. But like he did it for way too long, not to like the point where I was about to black out, but like to the point where I had panicked enough to like start thrashing. And then there was also another time where I went to a different pool, and then a different guy held me underwater. I have a weird track record with like strange men holding me underwater. Yeah, I feel like maybe like sometime in the near future, some fucking another strange man's gonna hold my head underwater. Yeah.
All good things come.
Boy, how I get hot and wild just thinking about men holding me underwater. But yeah, no, I think I was like 9, and I was at this pool, and some random like this guy, he was with his group of friends, and there was this chick, and like he threw her towel into the pool. I'm pretty sure they were friends, just being friends, but me being a kid, I was like, oh, they're being mean to her, so I was gonna be the cool kid, and I swam to the bottom of the 10-foot pool, grabbed her towel for her, and then I don't know how I just ended up starting talking to her and her friends, and then it just got to the point where we were swimming together, and I got under, and this shitty fucking teenager put his like big foot on my head to keep me underwater, and by the time I came back up, he was like, oh, you lasted a lot longer than I thought you would. And then I got up out of the pool and kicked him in the fucking back of the head because he deserved it. Yeah. At least I'm not fucking going to public pools and drowning children. It could be a whole lot worse. Hey mom, I'm not passing chemistry because I'm not a fucking psycho drowner. The pools reopen soon. Because I don't fucking hold cats underwater. Be grateful, mom. If you're hey kids listening to the podcast, if your parents ever yell at you, just use the argument. At least I'm not drowning cats. And if one of your parents drowned cats before, then it's gonna expose them because they're gonna get really nervous when you mention drowning cats. They'll be like, what? I never drowned cats. What do you speak of, boy? So.
If you're born before 1997,
If
you've
you were born
definitely
after
drowned
2002,
an
you've
animal.
definitely killed a fucking kangaroo before. No doubt about it. If you were born in the Roman Empire in fucking 35 AB double hockey stick, then you've definitely at least eaten a silverback gorilla at least once in your lifetime, guy. Yeah.
Don't pretend like you didn't.
Just empty your pockets
know
and
you
quit
didn't.
pretending. We all know you did it. I have to. Eat silverback gorillas for breakfast. You know, I can't wait till we get to the point in our funny society and our funny little aspect of a society world where we start just having a delicacy where it's just rotten baby flesh. It's like you go to you go to Chili's and there's
What?
roasted baby flesh on the menu, and you're like, yeah, you know, pop goes
delicacy
around into the
of the day.
family. He's like, guys, I think we should share baby back ribs if you catch my drift. And they're like, yeah, let's do it, and they just feast upon the roast corpse of a baby. So yeah, that's what I hope we can do for society in the next few years. So thanks for my TED Talk.
I thought this was gonna be a real thing, and I was excited. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
you just mentioned
Yeah, to
roasted
wrap
babies, and I was like,
this
oh,
part of
it's
the
a
podcast
bit.
where I start talking about horrible shit again. And it's not over yet, so strap yourselves in.
Welcome back.
Yep.
It's
How
only
much time do we
going
have
down
left so
here
I can
from
talk
here.
about more horrible things?
It's only been about an hour. We have
I'm ready.
another
I have
hour
nothing else
if
to
you
do except
want.
just look at the floor and contemplate. Yeah.
You don't want too long because the people would give up.
Their will is weak. The will of the wisp. Things that start with W.
The best thing about the quarantine is everybody.
Oh yeah, no,
passes
that's why I
their
didn't even try.
classes
I
this
just gave up. I
semester.
just stopped doing my work, and I just knew it was gonna pass. Yeah.
That is the only
Dude.
reason why I graduated.
See, at least with the people who graduated, they graduated on a technicality. Yeah.
As it should.
Yeah,
I had
no,
a
I was supposed to get held
22
back
in
2
math,
different
and now
times, and
it's
I'm
a
still
70.
passing. What does that say about our society? What does that say about our fucking blood-ridden society full of barracudas? I'm just trying to make stupid society jokes as often. Barracudas are in our society.
Barracudas.
They're everywhere.
Andrew Alex Jones. I want to know if he believes that, or if he's like
I really hope he's just being
this
a funny
elaborate
guy,
thing.
saying stupid shit like I do.
But he has people that like die hard believe in
My
him.
friend,
And I just hope
Cece, her
he's
dad's
joking.
one of those people who just believes everything
Ruining
Alex
the
Jones
world.
says. And he's quite the. He's like, it's just like the things he does and says. It's like you almost just don't believe it.
You don't have to like what he's doing, but you
Yeah,
kind of
definitely.
have to respect.
I just like all
Alex Jones.
the funny clips he posts. I like the ones where he just like runs at that guy. I like those clips. He's like, "Oh, come here!" and just chases after him.
Yeah.
You boy, come here! Just gets
He
him.
is.
I'd really kill to see like an Alex Jones video where it's like Alex Jones just like shirtless and like all beat red, just all like he's like sweating with anger, and there's just like some smug dude just being like, "I don't see your problem, bro," and then Alex Jones just like, "Oh, you," and he just starts fighting, and then some obnoxious fucking stupid guy just holds the camera and just shakes it all around the entire fight. I'd kill for that. I'd spill blood for that. I'm a
Alex Jones.
Yeah,
is
he's a
He
cryptid.
does not appeal on film.
The Goatman's bridge? Nah, it's Alex Jones' bridge now.
Some people don't believe he exists.
All right, you know, here's a hypothetical scenario. So you're a teacher, like you're a professor at college, and like you, what would you teach if you were a professor at college? What would be your field of knowledge?
I want to teach like history or something that like I can just
Yeah.
not do a good job.
It's like, how
and
much
not
can you
ruin
mess up as a
nobody's
history
lives,
teacher?
Because if I'm a
It's already
bad math
happened. It's
teacher,
like, it's not changing, so you don't have to do that much.
Shut the fuck up, history teachers. It already happened, so like, get over it.
Imagine using that, like you fail your history class and that's your argument.
I would
Well,
teach
it
them
already
the-
happened, so.
I would teach what happens on the History Channel, but after 9
Yeah, no,
p.m.
I'd be
the
like
History
be
Channel.
like an elementary school teacher, and just it's like, all right, kids, we're about to watch some wild shit, and just watch like a lion devour a baby deer. I watch those videos just for background sound, you know, the sounds of prey struggling. That's my ideal background noise.
I can't do background noise. I focus on it too much, and then I'm just
Oh yeah,
watching
no, definitely.
stuff happen.
What do you put on for background noise? You listen to like nature or like people talking? Or if you did, when you did.
Whenever I need to listen to something and like just vibe or whatever, I'll
That's
listen
actually
to
not a bad idea.
German ASMR. I don't know.
I know
German, so
one
my
phrase in
my
German,
mind does
and
not focus on what
it's
they're
very
saying.
unuseful. It translates to "I am the water boy." I'm not sure how correct it is, but that's what I think it translates to, at least. It's like "Ich bin ein Wasserjunge," which means I am the water boy. It probably doesn't mean that though, because I don't know German grammar. Yeah.
They have a weird connotation.
But
with how they
if
like
you
say
were
things.
just to translate each and every word and put it together like an English sentence, that's how you do it, I guess.
When we were writing a play, in Theodore Arnold, there was a line in the play that was in German. For some reason, we thought it'd be a funny joke, and
It's
we
just
never
like you just
removed
deliver
it.
the punchline in a different language, and only bilinguals will get
Because-
it. So, yeah, it's just like the play
Where are the
begins, and it's just
bilinguals
like,
at?
and then he said, "No habla español," and then just like a very uneven amount of people are like, "Ah!" And then everyone else is just silence, and then it's just dead silence.
Two
Like,
people
"I
in
don't
the
know what he
audience were dying
The fuck?
laughing.
Was the joke that he was foreign?
Was
I
the
feel
joke that
threatened.
he wasn't
We need to
English?
kick him out. Get him out now. He didn't
I do not
speak.
respect
He,
these
he
foreign
didn't speak
fellas.
American, so I'm just like in shock, and I just don't know what to do. I have
That
had
isn't
that been told to
fair.
me. Speak American. Yeah. Because there was a
Unironically?
point in time where I was obsessed with trying to learn Russian.
Oh,
So I would be like sending Russian stuff to my friends and new acquaintances to try to be cool, I guess. And I got a message that said "Speak American." I was like, oh. Ooh.
there's nothing funnier than your friends having to
Yeah,
open
I think I was
Google
just saying like
Translate
dog water
to
or
find
some
out what you
stupid
said.
shit. The only thing I can remember how to say in Russian is volk, which is wolf.
That
That's
is-
the only thing I know how to say in Russian. And yet, that's also another thing I know how to say. And that's it.
I know a bit of
I know how
sign
to call
language,
someone
but I
gay in
can't
sign
really
language.
type that out.
Oh my god. Okay, can I tell a really hilarious hee hee ha ha story? That's what we're paid
Of
for,
course.
young boy.
That's what we're here for.
So I was on the bus early in the morning, and my one of my good friends, Gracie, she also rides the bus. And one morning I got onto the bus and I saw her, and I made the sign for gay at her in sign language, and she looked really sad. And my first thought was, oh no, her and her boyfriend broke up, because I didn't see her boyfriend there. So I was like, shit. So I just sat kind of awkwardly down, and I wanted to turn around and be like, hey, sorry, but I didn't. And then later that day, I saw her with her boyfriend, and I came up to her. I was like, hey, I'm not sure if you're having a bad time this morning or anything, but I'm sorry. She's like, what? I didn't ride the bus this morning. So what was happened is randomly, I just called some fucking kid gay in sign language, and he was already having a horrible, shitty day. But if he also happened to know sign language, I made it even worse. And like I did it in like a really like friendly way too. Like I was like smiling, like
Turns out he was
kind of like conniving, like I was like haha, and did the gay thing. And he was like, and just looked out the window again. I felt so bad because I thought I just horribly insulted my friend. And I was like, nah, I just horribly insulted someone else.
This is a
Yeah,
good time
it's like
today,
he
being
just
called
learned how
gay
to
in
speak
sign
sign
is
language,
enough of
and
it.
his grandpa died. It's like, oh, hey, Brennan, let me ask you, do you have any kind of specific aesthetics that you like?
Not really. I like to just
I do
take
know
from
how you
different
dress.
aesthetics. You know how I dress. It changes. Sometimes I'll go in like dress pants, suspenders, and other days I
The
will
thing
an
is
oversized
with you though
hoodie.
is
I
your
don't have a
personality
constant
suits
like
it, because
theme.
it's like, you don't really feel like it doesn't feel like you kind of follow a strict guideline. Rather, more is less. You just do, and I respect the hell out of that.
Yeah.
The most I've done to like be eccentric
Thanks,
is to wear
Google.
like 2 different shoes.
There
That's
we
the most I've ever done.
It's like, oh, this shoe's this color and this one's the other.
I'm cool, right? I mean, it was they were both
That just seems like a
Vans of the
bubble.
same type of shoe, so it wasn't too bad. It's like I'm just wearing like a dress shoe in one shoe, then the other one's just like a high
did that
heel.
one.
That would have been fucking awful.
Uh,
I've heard the name, but I don't have a face
do you
for
know
the name.
Deacon?
Oh wait, no. Didn't he come in that
Well,
class that one day?
sometimes I'll just take one of his shoes.
The many people who do that.
Yeah,
I think
he did.
I know who Deacon is now. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
He
So I
came
am
in to
thinking
say
of
that he
Deacon.
got in the theater that one time, and then yes, we're the same shoe size. So sometimes I would just take one of his shoes.
I aspire to
and
that. I
then
wish
would
I had a
switch
friend who
for the
had the
day.
same. I mean, I just have big feet though. I'm a size 12, so it's kind of hard to find other size 12ians.
I'm size 10, and
My
like
feet just
everybody's
too.
size 10.
He shoe too big for he goddamn feet. Shout out if you get the reference. If you don't, then suffer. It's a.
I do not.
I think there's a subreddit called he boot too big, and it's just like roses are red, violets are blue. He go to a store and he buy no shoe. It's just that, but for like an entire subreddit. And it was based off of this one photo. And it was like this chihuahua and these big ass fucking boots. And then there's a text below it that said, "He boot too big for he goddamn feet." And I fucking love it, and I think about it all the time. Are there any posts that you thinking about quite often? Oh fuck yeah!
Neil
April
banging
6th,
on
baby.
the tunes.
Yeah, fucking. Of course, I know when Neil
You
was
know.
banging out the tunes. I was there. Dude, yeah, I was playing the funky tunes with him. I was on the guitar. I was like, and he was just going. Oh, the life to live of to be Elton John, but a rat. Oh, to be a gay rat.
Oh, that's
such
an Instagram
I'm a gay
bio.
rat. At least I'm a gay rat. Always remember that, kids. Put that on my fucking tomb, bro. At least I was a gay rat.
T-shirt.
I stole cheese, and well, the rest you can infer from the other part. Dude, yeah. At least I was a gay rat. Dude, I'm not sure if you're also suffering from heat stroke right now, but I feel like I am, because the AC in my house doesn't want to work. It's fucking 82 in here.
It is kind of hot, but it's not overwhelming.
I'm shutting that shit down.
Oh?
Yeah, I'm essentially
You're kind
a
of like
pot
cooking
roast.
alive right now.
And this house is the pot, and I am the roast.
It is hollow.
Oh, hell yeah, I just heard that
It
AC
is
kick on. About to have some bitchin' times.
I had a
yes?
mini vacation in my room, Ola. I was shirtless
Scandalous.
in like swimming trunks, sitting in front of my TV, sitting on my TV with 8
Honestly, that'd
hours
be a
of
good photo
beach
shoot.
noises playing.
I kind of want that to be one of my album covers, just like somebody
And-
sitting in like a gross living room, like sitting in a kiddie pool, watching like a big fat TV of just like beach scenery. That'd be a good cover for my next album. I just can't stop mentioning all my music, can I? I'm a sound whore, if you can call me that, I guess.
It's fun. Every few minutes,
Like
I
the
do
one we're on
mention
right
the
now?
fact that I
Holy
have
shit,
a
bro.
podcast.
Whoa, where am I?
Whoa! I do not mention my social
Really?
medias very often.
Do they know about
and
your
most people
Fur
don't know
Affinity
about
account?
them.
Your
Yeah.
Fur Affinity account. You're a furry, right?
My what?
Yeah, totally.
Of course, yes.
Do they know about your Pornhub account too?
I go to FurryCon.
Do you are you is this
Okay,
is this funny
funny
story
story
related
about
to the
that.
fact that you have a Pornhub account?
Okay, so in
Uh-oh.
theater, we all had to give our emails, like most of us had to give like our official emails, and so I took like this person I'm not big friends with, and I have their email, so I signed their email up to a Pornhub account, and every few days I'm asked to set it up and like to authorize their email, and it's just psychological warfare
Dude.
at this point. Every few days they get an email saying, "Do you
Dude,
want to
I'd click
authorize
yeah.
your Pornhub account?"
Yeah, I've had my fair share of embarrassing things I've looked up on a school account by accident. Nothing too bad, like, porn or anything, but it's mostly just like old music I used to listen to, like Avril Lavigne and shit. Like, cause I was on my school account, and I was looking up a bunch of like guitar covers of like Avril Lavigne and shit, and like BBC Planet, and then, oh yeah, no. So yeah, I liked all of that like shit, and then I have a digital arts class, and the computer that I was sat at, it was the computer that was hooked up to the projector. So whenever they needed to like do like a project or like introduce something, they'd use my computer, and they went on YouTube, and then in the recommended you could just see all of these fucking Avril Lavigne songs, just like weird like lions eating gazelle, Avril Lavigne,
Wow.
Avril Lavigne, a fish getting speared, Avril Lavigne, and that's just how it was. Yeah, and then they did also on the YouTube video they were watching. They
It'd be
didn't
like
click
that,
full screen. They just kept it
honestly.
like that, so everyone got to see all the weird shit I watch on my fucking school account. God, at least it wasn't like satanic rituals and shit. Just...
That's awful.
I really
That'd be
wish I could
such,
go
like,
back. Like
a
I really
big
wish I
dick
could
move,
restart my
which
life, but
is-
like keep all the knowledge I've had and like redo everything, but fuck with people on such a whole new level. Like for instance, I could have just like liked a bunch of weird shit, and then when that moment came, it could just all be there, and everyone be like, "What the fuck?" I mean, I've kind of already done that before because we were doing a Photoshop project, and
Don't want to mess
I
with
was
that.
stealing possum pictures offline, and they're all like fucking terrifying, like snarling creatures of hell. And it was just up there for everyone to see. People were just like, "What the fuck?" Yeah, so I'm a bit quirky. I'm not like other girls, you know.
There's a thing like that in history and like film studies and all that. Well, for a lot of the world, nobody
The
knew
fuck's a
what a
hedgehog?
hedgehog was. So in horror movies, they would use hedgehogs and like possums and all these like animals that nobody knew as like pedal spawn animals because nobody
Fucking
knew
pulls a
they were
guinea pig out
real.
of his back pocket. Feast your eyes upon this.
The hell is that thing? I just imagine like after the fact, like you see a whole movie and you see this demon creature that is a possum.
My world would have been
and you go
shattered.
outside and see a possum.
I'm like 7 years old, just watch
and
this
just
horror movie,
associate
and there's
that
a
with
fucking
demon spawn.
crazy hellspawn creature, and I look outside, and the exact same fucking thing's right there. You know how shit-faced terrified I'd be? It's like, oh yeah, just some regular
exact same
hellspawn
thing,
casually
breathing down your throat.
socializing outside my window. Yeah.
Just
A possum eating your
trash, and you're
little
like,
sister.
trying to
It's just like, I knew it. I
summon
knew
it
it
to-
happened. I called it. I knew that hellspawn. My sister should have never made that bond with
Sister
the
was
devil.
not-
I do tell you that. Oh, here, I just remembered. I have another hypothetical I was going to bring up. Now, this hypothetical is not my own, but it is one that I enjoyed. So,
Great.
it's the person who made this hypothetical is Psychic Pebbles, or Zach Hadel. I aspire to be him every breathing moment. So, yeah. So the hypothetical goes as such. Do you think there's something in this universe that is so horrible to look at that the moment you look at it, it makes you want to kill yourself? Do you think that there's something out there exists that's so horrible just to feast upon your eyes that just makes you want to take your life?
I don't think there'd be something enough to
No,
like,
it's not to make you go insane.
make
It's
you
just
go
so horrible to
insane.
look at. It's just like,
But,
I
like-
can't live in the same like existence as this thing. Yeah. Well, I think there is, because I think I've already seen it.
I mean, there's gotta be.
So, if you guys want to see this horrible fucking abomination,
Oh,
there's this YouTube video, and there's this creator called Trey the Explainer, and he talks about dinosaurs and shit, so that's why I mainly watch him. But he has this video about like dinosaurs that were like inaccurately sketched, because like they found the bones, they're like, huh, I wonder what this would look like, and they sketched it, and it was completely wrong. And they found these like tusks, and like they thought it was like some kind of like elephant creature, and I looked at that thing and I was like, that is so fucking horrible. I hate looking at that thing. It's like one tusk is facing forward, the other one's facing backwards. It literally looks like God hand stitched like a leather bag with eyes and tusks. It's horrible. So yeah, that's my answer to that hypothetical. Yes, there is a thing such horrible. Yes, I've seen it. I've been
the
there.
answer is yes,
I've
and I've
survived.
seen it. A funny topic, like based off that, is those like artists make dinosaur like based on now.
Oh, so it's
animals,
like
though,
if like
to, like, how
like your
we
cocker
do it
spaniel
with
like died and got
dinosaurs. So we're
fossilized, like people in the
doing
future, like
ostrich.
if they dug up the bones and like what they would think that our dogs looked like. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Because the way we do dinosaurs and all that, we just like, those are the bones, we put the skin on it. But like, if you do that with a whale, they have so much fat. So if you just
Yeah.
no fat on a whale, that would be terrifying. We have no way to see like how much fat and how much like muscle animals have. We just have to assume they're all
Yeah.
stick-like,
See, that's
and that's why
what I
most
mean. Like,
animals are like
kind of wraps back to the
thin.
beginning when I started talking about dinosaurs. It's that's like what I mean. Like, I want to go back and see what they really did look like, because we don't know what the fuck they looked like. They could have been purple with big long dicks for all we know. Every single one of them, man. It's like a propeller. But yeah, no, definitely. I'd love to see that. Not the purple dick dinosaurs, but like actual, the real deal. I mean, that would be kind of fun to see. Not gonna lie, just every
Actual
dinosaur
dinosaurs,
except
yeah.
it's all purple. It has one long extreme. Okay, I'll shut the fuck up about that. That's what I mean. Dumb shit makes me laugh. Talking about big dicked funny dinosaurs makes me giggle. But if you didn't giggle, I don't think you're fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
You
My
have-
persona-
you have
my
to laugh at
personality is
dumb
kinda
things,
just, I
because
laugh
what
at
else do you
everything.
laugh at?
Like, I mean, if I saw like a baby get hit by a car, I probably wouldn't laugh. But I say probably. But Yeah, who's driving the
Like,
car and
well,
who's getting hit?
it
Those
depends who's
factors
getting
really
hit by the
vary
car,
in the
though,
hilarity
because
factor. Like a man hitting a
sometimes
baby with a car, that's tragic, but a
sometimes
baby
it can
hitting
be
a man
funny.
with a car, that's fucking hilarious. A man with a baby hitting a
Yeah.
dog? No, that's terrible. But a dog and a baby hitting a man?
Oh no, that
Priceless. Couldn't get enough of it. Yeah.
I just think it's funny
Vehicular
babies hitting people with
manslaughter
your car.
performed by an infant. It's kind of like a circus show.
They don't know any better. A lion just
Yeah.
whipping a man
Honestly,
into
it's kind of like
doing
a
tasks.
that could be a societal message, bro. Something about our society we don't look deeply enough at. Yeah, if you can't catch my drift, we live in a society.
We live in a society.
I'm gonna try to mention society as much as I can during this podcast. Society. I think I've already made like 15 references so far. Because I recently just watched the. I didn't watch the Joker, the new one, but I watched the end where he kills the late night show host, and that's basically that's where that whole bit came from too.
Jimmy Fallon.
Fuck, I really wish I could find that list. I think I wrote down the Gulf
Yeah.
War because I couldn't think of anything else of my list of topic ideas.
I did watch
That's
Joker. I
nice.
watched it in
My
theaters.
friend Taylor did as well, but I didn't because I was like, how pretentious and foolish. It's like
It is
usually
not what I expected.
nowadays when I hear about a new movie that comes out, I usually have it spoiled for me very early, so I have no interest to see it.
I have a list of like movies I want to watch
Let me
and
help you with that
movies I
list.
have no interest
Movies
in
you should
watching.
never watch. If you've already seen the Bird Box Netflix adaptation, I'm sorry. I may have overreacted, but I was so pissed
I have
because
seen that
I had
one.
finished reading the book, which I had felt like I fell in love with that book. That was like the only thing I've ever read that I've loved reading that much. And then I watched the movie and I was so pissed. I'm one of those annoying ass people who gets mad at movies for not being like the books, but if you're gonna make a movie about the book, it should fucking at least be somewhat like the book.
I have not read the book. I have not read the book or even like heard about the book. So what are some of the like differences and
overall,
similarities?
So in the movie there's so many characters that don't even need to exist. I think there's like 10 characters that are not like that don't even exist in the book. Yeah, no, Machine Gun Kelly's character.
But we had to have Machine Gun Kelly.
In the book, his character is very important to the story, but in the movie, his character just fucks a cop and leaves. And also, they're not as because in the book they're more careful about everything than they are in the movie. Because it's like in the movie they get into the store and they're like, "Oh, we're safe," but in the books it's like once they get into a building they search for like hours to see if anything's there before they take off their masks. It's just like those attentions to details that really makes the whole thing better. Also,
yeah.
Tom, one of the character who's like in the movie, he's a badass hero because he's like he dies heroically because he like fends off the attackers for Valerie and the kids to escape. But in reality, in the book, he just gets killed. It's sad because he was like the love interest for the main character, and you know he was all nice and lovey and such, and then he just gets murdered straight up, like no like climatic moment where he's like redeeming or anything. He just gets fucking killed, and that's how sad it is, just because how real it was. Just like he just gets killed, and the way Valerie finds him too, it's like because in the movie he fights off the guys and he sees the thing and then he shoots himself. In the movie, Valerie just walks down the stairs just to see his dead body like face first slumped against the wall and like a blood streak following it. And that's how she finds the guy that she loved, just fucking dead, smeared across the wall. But yeah, I'll stop getting too into the book, but I definitely recommend reading the book. It's very good. Yeah, the movie fucking sucks. I hated the movie, but I think it was
Not the
mostly
movie.
because I
Don't care
read the
about
book
that
then
movie.
watched the movie. But I do think that Sandra Bullock played a very good Valerie. Her character she played the character well, I think. because
What is your opinion on the
I watched the anime.
Netflix
I didn't watch it all the way through because there was
Death
so
Note
much and I got
movie?
disinterested. But I didn't like the movie just because the characters didn't seem like the characters from the anime. Because it's like Angel. I think that's his name. Or Light. Yeah, no, Light. I think I can't remember the fucking main character's name. Not the first one. I can't remember the main character's name, but in the anime, he's a reserved, cold, kind of calculated boy. Doesn't talk to
Light.
people that much. But then in the movie, he's like, he tries to be badass, and it just doesn't fit, and it doesn't feel right whatsoever. Because it's like in the movie, he's like, I did your fucking homework, and you had the fucking audacity to fucking, and he just gets punched in the face. While in the anime, he's like, pushes back his anime glasses, and like the glare happens. He's like, I am better than you. And also, I kind of liked L because probably just because he was also a character that was. I think L was the only character who was anything alike in the anime, in the movie. Like you know what I mean?
They were the exact same person. They both sat the same.
I don't have
They
a
both ate
problem with like
candy.
characters.
They were both the
like,
same
it's like
skin
if you
color.
make a white character black or a black character white. It doesn't bother me as long as the character is still fundamentally the same. They still are still like the same cool character. It couldn't bother me less.
I'm kind of the opposite. I'm more leaning linear on Light, and I really do not like Ella in the movie because like in the entire
it's like
anime,
just kiss and
it's
get it over
just
with.
they're each trying to one up each other and all that. But
yeah,
it's more of a
it's like
psychological
in the anime,
thing than an
it's
actual
like they try to be smart because they thought
movie.
out like they basically just thought everything out very well and like how everything would work and how the main character would get away with everything. Because it's like the way he was doing it. I remember one episode. It's like he was trying to be very coerce about it. He had a small little TV in the bag of chips he was eating, and every time he would like go to eat a chip, he would like look at the news and see which name to write down, and then he would write it down because he couldn't get caught by his dad. Yeah, because that's smart because it's smart, and then in the movie it's like, but I secretly wrote your name down when you were not looking. It's like, oh, you got him. Yeah. It's in the movie they play stupid shit off as like, oh, you've been deceived by my wit. It's like a BBC Sherlock.
The movie tries to be smart when it isn't.
They're trying to be smart and they're just being fucking stupid rather than the actual Sherlock books and stuff where it's like they're smart because they're smart. There's an entire Tumblr post I read, so I think I know everything about everything.
Yeah. I enjoy the end of the Death Note movie. It doesn't make sense logically, but it's very.
Oh yeah, no, they always have like a big budget to work on like
production
all of, like
wise.
the pretty eye scenery, but they never use that money to put it into like, hey, let's make the characters more relatable or how they were in the thing. It's just let's make it look pretty instead of let's work on our characters and how they.
I wrote your name in the Death Note, and I also said that a page out of the Death Note that had my name on it would go into the fire and be safe while you land in the water and die. Also, it's gonna save my life
I can't remember
by
how
making
the
sure
Death
I
Note
fall
works,
in the
other
water.
than it's like
Someone's gonna collect
person
the book.
dies, and if you just write their name down, they just die of whatever causes. But if you have to specifically write it down. But I don't think tearing out the pages does anything, or if it does, then why do it in the first place?
The rules of the Death Note movie and the Death Note book are different. Or like they play it up as this.
It's
you
like,
can go on one page.
I feel like it should be more. You have to
kill.
be committed to letting someone die. By the way you describe it. Would like if you were given the option to like have a Death Note, would you like care? Would you do it or not? Would you do it? But like, would you carry it around and keep it with you? No, I mean like if
Would-
given the
would I keep
option
it
to
on
wield
me?
the Death
That's
Note and
incriminating
be able
evidence.
to, yeah,
To use it?
I know.
I
Honestly,
I don't know.
if
Maybe.
given the
That'd
option, I'd
be a
probably
couple
just
names.
take it because I don't know. Maybe not to like kill people, but probably just to keep it out of the hands of other people because I don't know.
The second you
I
write
feel
a
like
name,
no one should really have the power to be able to kill whoever they want because then their personal ideologies get in the way and then they just start killing people because they feel like they need to die. And then it just starts affecting everyone horribly.
there is something like that. There's something like that in a one-shot manga about Death Note.
Holy fucking
Well,
shit.
someone gets the Death Note and sells it on eBay. And because it takes place like 5 years after the original story, so everybody knows about Kira. And they're like, the book's on like eBay, so the price keeps going up. And it eventually goes to like the Japanese government
Oh fuck.
versus
Yeah, they're
Donald
just
Trump are
burn that
trying to
fucker.
buy the Death Note
Just give it back to that weird death deity.
so that nobody else can have it.
Yeah.
It's a fun like story. It's only like about 30
Dude,
pages.
I'd write down some like fake names and see what would happen.
But yeah,
Oh yeah, that's right. Never mind.
you have to have a name and a face.
What if you?
The second you write a name down, your heaven can your soul
So it's
cannot
like
go
you
to
just-
heaven or hell.
Limbo?
It
I don't know how I feel
Just
about
stop.
limbo. I guess it'd be better
Yeah.
than it's like if I was going to hell or anything. It's just might as well do nothing rather than be fucking tortured for eternity. So I guess that'd be kind of its own saving grace.
Yeah.
And there's also the thing where it's like you could like you give up half your lifespan to see like the names and shit. Oh, that show's so
Definitely.
funny and clever. Yeah.
That seems more like a cheat to find out what Elle's name is. She isn't even the one who
I don't
like,
even know
kills
how
him.
the
She
fucking
doesn't
thing
even use
ends.
the eyes to find out who he is. Find out how it
I don't
ends.
know.
It's
I'll
only
probably look it up here
it's
later.
only like 30 episodes.
The last part I think I was watching was it
It's
was
on
when
Netflix.
the main character and that chick started to hang out, and that's when I stopped watching.
Yeah.
Basically,
So you're like, it's just as
yeah, it's
the
like Elle was
action
also
happens.
like giving out the fake
We're
names and
talking
stuff
about
to the
anime,
cops and
guys. This
such.
is what it's come to.
And then Elle had also killed some lady. I can't remember how. He was like, also I killed
Yeah.
your stupid husband. And she was like, oh no.
Yeah. So
Okay.
change of topic. Out of anime and all that. Just
Let me think.
anything else you want to talk about? Do you have any more
I
hypotheticals?
don't know. I had a good hypothetical.
Okay.
Then, of course, like most good things I think about, they just disappear in my head. Shit. If you were a sea captain, what would you name your ship?
Maybe.
Yeah, SS
So
something.
most ships have the SS in front of it.
Actually?
I own a boat and it has a name. I just forget what
Shit.
it
Well, what's your
is.
boat's name, Mister?
Yes, I own a boat.
Does it not have a name or?
I don't know what my boat's name is. I know it has a name. I just don't remember its name. Most
Hey,
likely that's how I will be with my
fuck,
children
don't
as
tell me, don't
well.
tell
I'll
me.
be like, who are you? Why are you in
Samantha.
my house?
My name's Richard.
The smart
The product
child.
of my loins.
The
Hello.
one who eats my food.
It's true. That's how I refer to my
Gross.
first spawn.
Product of my loin. I mean, technically.
Come, baby.
You
No,
come, baby. Get
Never
over
mind.
here.
I don't like that imagery. Dude, goblins are
You like
cool.
Storm Goblin better.
Yeah,
Goblins
to
are
be a
cool.
goblin and steal gold.
Stealing gold and stuff.
That's kind of how I live already, but yeah, being green, stealing gold,
Just stealing all this
doing
gold.
all the normal goblin things.
What do you think? So they are restarting
Oh.
the Shrek timeline with a
Well-
reboot. What do you think about that?
Okay, that's still very good. That's very good.
Original
I don't know.
cast.
Shrek is like such a weird like fever dream for me. Like I don't know else how to
Yeah.
describe. Have you ever had a dream that you've like had so many times where it's like you can kind of just like remember the counts of the dream and like it's just like a weird, vivid experience that you kind of just have to live through again. That's how it feels to watch Shrek for me, and I enjoy it. I enjoy anything that it feels very surreal.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Anything that just feels weird and not like true, I vibe with it.
Yeah.
Like I think my best day at school I had is when the night I didn't get any sleep. I just stayed up the entire night trying to sleep, but I didn't get anywhere. And then the next day, it was just like everything felt like so like it just felt like a weird dream. And I really vibed with it. It's probably not good for you. Well, it isn't good for you, but
Yeah.
it's all worth it for the vibes.
I would just go to school
Yeah.
without sleep and just sleep in math. There'd be some nights I'd go without like any sleep and I'd like
What's the longest you
26
stayed
hours
awake?
awake and just yeah.
42.
Like 42 hours.
I know at one point in my life I've slept.
Yeah.
I've stayed up the latest I've ever stayed up, but I just don't know. 'Cause I stay up every single night and do nothing, so it's just like it's just a norm for me. I guess the longest I've been awake is like maybe
Yeah.
27 hours. I think.
I'll get like 24 hours like a few times a month, but like there'll be some times I'd like go 2 days without any sleep, and that's when it gets like
Usually for me,
intense.
it's like if I have to like be asleep, I never really can get to sleep.
Because there's
It's
always
like, come on, go to sleep now. My body's rebellious and it doesn't want to, so I just end up staying up the rest of the night.
there was that time of like the day where like my body will be like, whoops, you didn't go to sleep when I let you, so now you can't go to sleep. It usually happens at like 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
The body's like,
Quit
you're
trying,
done
just
trying.
do it now.
Now you just have to start your day.
Yeah, and then it's like a parent's
Go
like,
make
"Oh,
breakfast.
did you get up
It's
early?" It's
breakfast
like,
time. What
"I
are you supposed to be
wish."
doing in bed?
Matter of fact, I'm still conscious. There was no moment in time where I was unconscious. Still rocking and rolling, baby.
I'll eat ramen, like noodles, at my dad's at like 3 in the morning, and it's tradition at this point. They have to buy more ramen because they know I eat it at nighttime. So it's common for me to just be awake at like 4 and 5, just
Sounds like a good
snacking on
song
ramen
name.
in the
Or
dark
band name, snacking on
because
ramen
I have
in the
nothing
dark.
better to do.
Quite a lengthy band name, but it could work. It feels like a psychedelic band. Oh yeah, I would like to see a pop band called
It
Eating
definitely
Ramen
not
in the Dark.
mainstream.
No, munching on ramen in the dark. I mean, there's such bands as Betty White Tit Fuck.
Munching on ramen in the dark.
That's the only extreme one I can think of right now. Actually, are you familiar with Gigi Allen? People who know who know who Gigi Allen is, it's probably gonna be a fun part of the podcast for you. So, Brandon, do you know who Gigi Allen is? Oh, So G.G. Allen, he is a punk rock.
I do not. Can
well,
you
to
explain
some
it to me?
people, a punk rock legend. Than others, a shit eating scumbag. Because he was all about being. Essentially, his core message was about being yourself no matter what. But the way he went about it and expressing it took it very far. He he did live shows, and it usually always ended in feces being thrown, blood being spilled, fights being broken out. All by Gigi himself. He would shit on stage, bash his face in with a microphone, and pull people from the audience and fight them. And and again, that goes back. Huh?
Sounds
It
like a
basically
feeble
is.
dream.
And some of his song titles
Sounds
are
like a
pretty
feeble
extravagant. I hope this
dream.
doesn't kick me from the call, because if it does, I'm gonna be quite pissed. Hello, can you still hear me? Okay, thank God. G.G. Allen songs, because I can't remember a lot of them, but I remember
Yes.
they're just they're good. Let's see. There's the one that I've listened to the most is "Bite It, You Scum," and that's probably more, more of the tame song titles. Let's see. Also, his band name was G.G. Allen and the Murder Junkies. Yeah. So some of his song titles are 99 Stab Wounds, Sister Sodomy, Violence Now, Rape, Torture, Terminate, and Fuck, Kill the Police, I Hate People, Cock on the Loose, Laying Up with Linda, I Want to Fuck the Shit Out of You, and then there's also Outlaw Scumfuck. And that's just the first album. And they get worse.
Oh,
No, they get worse.
they get whores?
Guns, Bitches,
Oh,
Brawls,
okay.
and Bottles.
That makes more sense.
There's that one. Sons of Evil, not too terrible. Hold on, there's this one that I remember. I can't remember specifically what it is, but it's pretty shocking. And it's the one that makes me giggle the most, even though it probably shouldn't. Come on, where is it? I'm looking for it. Probably shouldn't, but... You ever think this is how your podcast would end up? Me just reading off G.G. Allen songs? Oh, if you haven't got canceled yet, I will
I
be your
thought I'd be
downfall.
canceled by now.
Oh yeah, here's the one that's really shocking. Expose Yourself to Kids. Yep, that's a real G.G. Allen song. It sounds like a real upstanding
Sounds like you thought of that through
gentleman.
experience.
But yeah, no, G.G. Allen also would go on talk shows and talk about how he's brainwashing your children to be sex slaves and stuff. And he, again, wraps back to the whole thing about saying stuff to be shocking. And holy shit, did it work?
On Jimmy Fallon.
It was kind of like,
did he believe all
was
this
just
stuff, or was
saying
it a
stuff
personality
just to
type
get
thing?
like a rise out of people, and also just because his upbringing was kind of harsh, because he was like born in like rural Montana or some shit. I think he was born in like deep in like the woods in Oklahoma, and his like really religious father was like crazy, and his real name was Jesus Christ Allen, but after his mom finally like divorced his father, the crazy son of a bitch, like G.G. Allen, he thought his dad was gonna kill him and his family, and his dad would be like, there's like, he would like yell at them and be like, there's graves in the basement with all your names on it, I'm gonna fucking kill all of you. And G.G. Allen was like, yeah, that was a pretty badass upbringing. So and then once he like kind of got integrated into society, because before he was just living in the woods with his family and didn't have any idea of anything else beyond like what he was already living with. And then like he was like didn't do well in school because he didn't conform, and then he joined music, and then he got too extreme for most of the bands, so that they kicked him out, and then kept getting into more bands, and then he started getting more infamous. And the thing that really kicked him off was it was him shitting on stage, what really started his infamous career. And yeah, no, the guy was crazy, and he died doing cocaine, which was another fun thing. But his family, well, his older brother, his specific requests were to not have the body like put like no preservatives or anything, and like nothing like that. So by the time his funeral came around, it was an open casket funeral with a rotted, bloated corpse of Gigi Allen. And what they would do is they had speakers up next to his casket, and they would play his music through the speakers, and they'd hold like the microphone up to his dead corpse and just play his music. And everyone would just be drinking and partying as they like just jump around to this fucking music and just hold the microphone up to the dead body. And then for like years afterwards, people would like go to his grave site, and funny enough, his grave site and shit all over it and piss and throw up on it. And then his mom was just like, eventually it got to the point where his mom was just begging people to stop doing it, and so they eventually got rid of the headstone. But yeah, that's Gigi Allen, and I can't remember how I started talking about Gigi Allen, but oh yeah, song names and such.
Band songs and like song names.
But yeah, check out his music. It's great.
It is getting the point in the
Yes.
podcast where we have to close out and have our ending remarks.
Yes.
Because we've been talking for quite a while, and it's getting to that point. So,
So for my music,
is there
it's,
anything you want to
sound-
say? Anything you want to plug
SoundCloud.com
before we end?
SoundCloud.com/SmithlessApple, because I guess Smithless was already taken. So, SoundCloud.com/SmithlessApple, all one word. Yeah, that's where you can find my shenanigans audibly.